What if I told you the music in your favorite video games is designed to manipulate your emotions? Whether it's making your heart race in a boss fight or bringing you to tears in a key scene, game music is crafted with psychological precision. Let's explore how it works. Music is one of the most powerful tools game developers use to enhance player experience. But it's more than just background noise. Video game music is engineered to manipulate your emotions at every turn. From increasing tension in action scenes to evoking nostalgia during quiet moments, game composers use several psychological techniques to influence how you feel while you play. In this video, we'll dive into 5 key ways video game music controls your emotions, from tempo and rhythm to interactive music that responds to your choices. Ready to unlock the secrets behind the soundtrack of your favorite games? Let's get started. Let's start with tempo and rhythm, 2 crucial elements that dictate the pace of gameplay and intensify emotions like excitement or fear. When you're playing a high-octane game like Doom Eternal, the fast-paced music with heavy aggressive rhythms matches the intensity of the action, pushing your adrenaline through the roof. This isn't by chance. Studies have shown that fast-paced music can increase heart rates, sharpen focus, and improve player reaction times during gameplay. On the flip side, slower tempos are often used in games like Silent Hill to build suspense. The music slows down, sometimes even pausing, leaving you in a state of anxiety, waiting for the next scare. The rhythmic gaps give players a moment to catch their breath, but also create a sense of dread before the next big event. A 2020 study found that fast-paced music significantly boosts player performance in action games, proving that music isn't just an accessory, it's a critical part of the gameplay experience that manipulates how fast and tense things feel. Next up, key signatures and melodies. These are the building blocks of emotion in music, and composers use them to evoke specific feelings in players. In video games, major keys are often associated with joy or triumph, like the upbeat, iconic theme from Super Mario Bros. Every time you hear it, you know something exciting is about to happen. On the other hand, minor keys are often used to create sadness or tension. Take Ori and the Blind Forest. Its music combines melancholic melodies with a minor key to pull at your heartstrings. Beyond key signatures, the use of memorable melodies can also trigger nostalgia and emotional attachment. Games like The Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy use recurring motifs across multiple titles, creating a deep emotional connection to their soundtracks. When players hear these themes, they're not just experiencing music, they're reliving memories from past games, which strengthens their emotional bond with the series. Research shows that familiar melodies, especially those used repeatedly in a series, activate the brain's emotional centers, deepening engagement and immersion. One of the most subtle yet impactful ways music manipulates your emotions is through dynamic soundscapes and ambient music. These elements work in the background to create atmosphere and immerse you in the game world. Games like The Last of Us and Journey masterfully use ambient music to set the emotional tone of their environments. In Journey, for example, the music flows seamlessly from one scene to the next, adapting to the player's actions while maintaining an overall emotional arc. The soundscapes evolve as the world changes around you, using music to guide your emotional journey. Similarly, in The Last of Us, the soundscape shifts based on environmental danger. As you move through a post-apocalyptic world, the music grows darker and more dissonant, signaling threats before you even see them. These subtle cues heighten your sense of fear and tension, immersing you fully in the experience. This dynamic approach, where the music reacts to what's happening on screen in real time, has become a staple of modern game design. It's a powerful tool for drawing players into the game, making the world feel more alive and emotionally charged. Now let's talk about leitmotifs, those recurring musical themes tied to specific characters or events. Leitmotifs are incredibly effective in building emotional connections between players and the game's narrative. Think about The Legend of Zelda. Every time you hear that familiar heroic theme tied to Link, it triggers a sense of adventure and excitement. It's not just a song, it's a cue that you're about to embark on an epic quest. In Final Fantasy, leitmotifs are used to symbolize hope, fear, or tragedy, deepening the emotional impact of key story moments. For example, Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII is tied to her character arc, and hearing it later in the game evokes a profound sense of loss and sadness. The psychological impact of these recurring themes is profound. Studies have shown that repeated exposure to a specific piece of music can condition emotional responses, making players feel an automatic emotional pull when they hear it again. It's like a musical shortcut to your emotions. This technique is incredibly powerful in storytelling because it allows composers to reinforce emotional connections without relying on dialogue or visuals. Just a few notes are enough to remind you of the emotional weight of a scene. Finally, we come to one of the most advanced developments in video game music: interactive and adaptive scoring. This is where the music actually responds to your actions and choices within the game, creating a truly personalized emotional experience. Games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and The Witcher 3 use adaptive music systems that change based on what you're doing in the game. If you're exploring the wilderness, the music might be calm and serene, but as soon as danger approaches, the score shifts into a more intense and suspenseful tone. This creates a sense of continuity and enhances immersion because the music feels like it's part of the world rather than something layered on top. In The Witcher 3, the music even changes based on the choices you make in conversations or during key plot moments. This type of interactive music deepens the emotional engagement by making you feel like your choices are directly influencing the game's atmosphere and tone. This adaptive scoring technique is one of the most sophisticated ways to connect players emotionally to their in-game actions, as it ensures that the music evolves alongside your gameplay experience, making each play through feel unique and emotionally engaging. From fast tempos that drive your adrenaline to familiar leitmotifs that tug at your heartstrings, video game music is far more than a background soundtrack. It's a tool that shapes your entire emotional experience. We've explored how tempo, key signatures, dynamic soundscapes, and interactive music systems all come together to manipulate your emotions, creating a deeper, more immersive gaming experience. Next time you're playing your favorite game, take a moment to listen closely to the music. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. It's likely doing more to guide your emotions than you realize. What's your favorite video game soundtrack? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the role of sound in game design, check out our next video on how sound effects shape gameplay. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the world of gaming.